Just days after one of India's most devastating aviation disasters, the country's air safety regulator took an almost unheard-of step, ordering Air India to remove 3 of its top officials. Now, the charge isn't directly about the crash itself, but about something that could be even more frightening: systemic failures in the airline's fundamental safety procedures. The regulator has put Air India on notice: fix this, or you could lose your license to fly. This story is no longer just about one tragic accident, it's about whether the entire system is failing. While accident investigators combed through the crash site, India's aviation regulator, the DGCA, launched its own separate review of the airline. What it uncovered, released just a week after the tragedy, rocked the entire industry. The regulator found a pattern of serious and repeated lapses within Air India's flight operations. So what was the heart of the problem? According to the DGCA, it was a complete breakdown in how the airline managed its pilots and crews. Investigators discovered rule after rule being broken when it came to scheduling, rostering, and providing pilots their mandatory rest periods. These are not minor administrative errors. Pilot fatigue is one of the most critical dangers in aviation, directly impacting a crew's ability to handle an emergency. The DGCA emphasized these were not isolated incidents, but a deeply concerning pattern. Even more troubling was what the regulator described as an absence of strict disciplinary measures. In other words, critical safety rules were being ignored, and those in charge were facing zero consequences. Faced with these damning findings, the DGCA took drastic and immediate action. It ordered Air India to remove 3 senior officials, including a vice president, from any role involved in managing flight crews. The regulator then issued a stern warning: if the airline failed to comply and launch its own disciplinary process, its very license to operate could be at risk. Air India moved fast and declared, "Air India is committed to ensuring full compliance with safety protocols and standard practices." The airline also announced it was temporarily slashing its international Boeing 787 flights by 15% until mid-July. The reason? To create breathing room for better oversight and to get its scheduling back on solid, safe ground. Now, the DGCA has not officially stated that these firings are directly linked to the crash of Flight 171, but the timing is impossible to ignore. A massive crackdown on safety failures, occurring just days after a catastrophic accident, strongly suggests the regulator believes there are deep-rooted problems within the airline. The investigation into why Flight 171 lost power is still underway, as experts meticulously analyze the data from the recovered black boxes. The crash of Flight 171 appears to be more than a simple accident. It has exposed potential systemic failures where safety rules may have been bent long before the plane ever left the ground. Removing 3 officials is a huge step, but it's only a start. What do you think this action by the regulator reveals about the state of Air India? Let us know your thoughts down in the comments. To keep up with major aviation stories like this, make sure to subscribe. The real test for Air India now is to prove it can fix these deep-seated issues, because the lives of future passengers are counting on it.